Two teams trying to stake their claim to postseason football. Week 14 of the NFL is underway. And he opts to not bring this one out. The first drive will start at the 25. Now Hall to start the drive. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. Gotta like that start. 14 yards to get him going.
A big hole there. How about him handling the point of attack? Just positioning himself so that run could go right off of his backside and deep into the secondary.
And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10. And holding it may be the wrong decision as he stopped in the backfield. Now Wilson on 2nd down. Completes it to Hardman. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. So 8 yards on the completion there. And now 3rd down and 6 to go. Well, this defense for the Chargers, they were very good in the victory a week ago over Cincinnati.
And how'd you like to be the quarterback reviewing the game tape from last week and seeing this defense on the spot on almost every snap? If the ball was in the air, they took it away. If the ball was popped free, they picked it up. 5 takeaways in last week's game.
Now a 3rd down throw, but he misses the target, incomplete.
One first down here, and that's all, folks. Good work by this defense to hold things in check and force a punting situation.
Got the punter Bailey on now as he sends this one away. And no one there to stop it. Hits at the 8, but it carries all the way into the end zone for a touchback. Herbert and the Chargers now with a 1st and 10 at the 20. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. It's caught. Decker into space at the 45. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. The extra effort after the catch makes it good for a gain of 26 and also a 1st down.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Here's the first carry for Austin Eckler, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. The Chargers at 10-2 on the year, and they've gone a full couple of months now since their last loss. Winners of 8 in a row.
And we always talk about how a team has to play complementary football in order to really be a good squad. But I think in this league, if your offense isn't playing really well as this one is, you're not going to run off this kind of a streak.
Here's Herbert. Looking for Allen. He's got him on the slant. He's fresh off that 3-touchdown performance last week that got him AFC Offensive Player of the Week. So you know that he was already on their radar. Now he's maybe even a bigger plane on their radar.
Bigger plane. I mean, he is the big dot on that screen that they're looking at and saying, how in the heck do we stop him? They're going to try a bunch of different things, different people covering him. But right now, he's locked in and is in sync with his quarterback.
That's taken in by Palmer. And he is going to have the Chargers 1st down by about a yard as they're able to convert on 3rd and 2. Well, they kept it simple there, CD, only needing the short gain to move the chain, so they didn't want to go with a deep throw. They just go with that safer, shorter throw and able to convert.
Nothing wrong with that at all, partner. Check the box, right? Make sure you pick up the first down. Offense is getting established. You're moving the ball. You're not turning it over.
Oh, he sheds himself free. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. Good work after the catch. Going to net him 23 and a first. Really a solid start here on the opening drive, Charles. He's now 4 of 4, and they're already in plus territory.
Brandon, he's been so precise to start this game, like we're watching an operation taking place right now. Master surgeon at work.
Herbert operating from the red zone. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Herbert will give this one to Eckler. And he's only going to get a yard from the 20 to the 19.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball in this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally, because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
In motion right comes Allen.
Ray. Baylor Tiger. Let's go. Ready.
Going to throw on 3rd down with Herbert. And it'll be intercepted. And now the rookie's free. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 and a Jet touchdown. Well, really a fantastic play, not only to pick that off, but he had to run a long way, Charles, in the direction to hit pay dirt. He did it, and they've got the first lead.
And that certainly changes the early tone of this game, doesn't it, partner? One moment, they were going to be in early control. Now they just have a few moments to clear their heads and get back out there against an electrified defense.
Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. But no run back here. Fair catch, and this will come out to the 25. The Charger drive about to get going. And you wonder, I mean, is it even possible, especially for the quarterback, to mentally reset after that quick of a turnaround?
Well, we're certainly going to find out, aren't we? Because that play will stay in your mind, but somehow you have to compartmentalize. Put it aside, pick yourself up, and get moving in the right direction.
Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. Once more, here's Eckler. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
I know what you're thinking out there. I know a lot of you are thinking, take a shot downfield. It's a great spot for it. I'd say maybe later in the game, definitely in the second half. But right now, I think they were just trying to get some momentum built. Get a first down, pick it up, and keep moving.
On first down, it's Herbert. And that's going to be incomplete.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, there was not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
Here's 2nd and 10. Out of the gun, Eckler running it. And a pretty good burst there as he gets this across midfield and down to the 46. 17 yards for the Chargers there as they've got themselves a first down. He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. What they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same. but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Quentin Johnston was the intended target.
That'll bring up second down.
You talk about this Jets defense.
Against the pass, they've had some issues, ranked number 23 in the NFL right now.
And I think you're going to see some changes in the offseason, whether it's through the draft, free agency, maybe even both. They definitely need some help in the secondary.
They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
Herbert off of play action. And the Jets pressure too much as down he goes. So 4th and 15, but the offense is staying out there to go for it. And now before they run this 4th down play, we're going to get a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
On is the punter Scott here as he gets this one away.
And they'll get to this and down and inside the 25 at the 24-yard line. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10. They'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. The Jets with the football here to start the second quarter, as they've got it with a 2nd and 4 coming up. Here's Wilson to throw. And he's going to be brought down here in the backfield. He'll go in the books as a 7-yard loss on the sack, and it's 3rd down.
In every game we talk about what are going to be the keys as we go into it. Maybe that's a key for their defense today. Pressure the quarterback and make sure you play a good zone defense behind them, and they get their first sack of the contest.
On 3rd down, Wilson. And that will be incomplete.
Well, he certainly thought he had a window to push that ball downfield, but as soon as he released the throw, the corner was there to slam that window shut.
Jake Bailey on now to punt here on 4th down.
We'll call that a 43-yard punt, 2 on the return, and it'll be Charger football here as they take over. The Charger drive about to get going. And it's been a rocky start for them thus far. They had the turnover and then the punt on those first 2 drives.
So there is optimism because they've improved, right? And turnover, you just noted it on the first drive.
Punt's better than the turnover.
The punt is better on the second one. Now they're hoping to turn into first downs and hopefully points.
Herbert's throw taken in by Palmer.
That's good. The completion there for 7 yards, and that will bring up 2nd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before you get a good head of steam going.
Off the play fake to Eckler, it's Herbert.
And his throw here is incomplete.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, just 1 for 3 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3. Here's Herbert. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Not many boos just yet from this home crowd, but they may be starting soon as I'm starting to detect an uneasy murmur through this crowd. This offense, they've been lifeless in this first half. And now here's another punting situation and a 4th down.
And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. This is taken at about the 14. goes left side. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Talk about flipping the script. That punt return, 86 yards. And the Jets are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And that'll make the score 14-0. So after the punt return touchdown, let's see what their opponents can do with this kickoff.
Fair catch going to be taken, and this will be moved out to the 25. The Charger drive about to get going. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already. They'll run out of the gun with Eckler. And he'll take it across midfield down into Jet territory. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
Eckler going to get it again on 2nd down. And a strong run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 35. 48 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now Herbert going to change the look. On 1st and 10 is Spiller. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Moving backwards on first down, never a good thing. What does that do for the mindset on 2nd down?
Well, it changes your play call, definitely, because as a play call, you're advancing yourself thinking, okay, we're going to get a gain here. Now you've got to go back in reverse, come up with something to pick up not just the yardage lost, but gain a few extra.
21. Baylor tight.
Justin Herbert looking to throw on 2nd down. Open man downfield, it's Palmer. Touchdown, Chargers. Josh Palmer, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Chargers have got it back to within a score.
As a fan, is there anything prettier than a well-executed post route?
No, it's a thing of beauty, especially when it's done like that for a touchdown.
The throw, the catch, and how about the run after to get it to the end zone?
Extra point up and good by Dicker. And that'll make our score 14-7. This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. From the end zone comes Chris Claybrooks to return. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. As we eke closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
Throwing now, Wilson on first down. He finds his man, complete. It's Wilson. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 23 yards, the final tally. On 1st and 10, it's Hall. And they nearly sprung him that time as he takes this all the way down to the 37. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the second quarter. 14-7. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
Well, a momentary speed bump there with that throw, partner. The defense had other ideas, and they're trying to mount a small stand before this drive reaches the end zone.
2nd and 10.
To throw is Wilson.
Oh, he rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And the Chargers are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 24-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going.
For this offense, Charles, remember the last time they were out here, marched it nearly the full length of the football field, and a lot of the attack went through the air, so now they're seeing if they can duplicate that performance.
Okay, if I show my age a little bit, partner, because I can hear my high school coach, John Ford. I can hear his voice in my head. Laddie, when you put the ball in the air, 3 things can happen, and 2 of them are bad. But the way the game's being played now, this is just part of what they do, so I don't think they should change anything at all. They've been dominant. Keep throwing it around.
5-9, 5-9. Crowd right.
From the shotgun, here's Herbert. His throw incomplete.
Well, they approached this drive with a lot of confidence after their last one ended up as a touchdown. But incompletions on their first 2 throws has them huddling up and trying to figure out a big play here on 3rd down to get their momentum going again.
Let's go. Baylor Tiger. Hey, go Lions.
On 3rd down, here's Eckler. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line.
58 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far.
Well, after an interception, last thing you want to do is go 3 and out, give the ball right back. They avoided that.
Yeah, you definitely do not want to do that. I remember in college I played with a really big-time player on defense. We ended up getting an interception as we passed the offense coming out. He told him, if you don't take care of this football, you have to answer to me later. You definitely want to take care of it and pick up first downs.
And take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18. Play action. It's Herbert. He'll be taken down. The Jets get in there for the sack.
John Franklin Myers, the one in there to drop him.
One of the best in the NFL, in no small part because of his running ability. But on that play, didn't matter to the defense at all. Nice stop for them, a feather in their cap for getting the sack and brought down one of the toughest guys to catch in the NFL.
Out of the gun, Herbert. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. Sauce Gardner picks it off. And the Jets will take over possession here up at the 44. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the 2nd quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation.
Got a man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. Touchdown, Jets. Mecole Hardman as the first half is winding down. And the Jets will extend their lead here just before halftime. Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And it's now 21-7.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And he'll elect not to run with it. And a fair catch on the kickoff will move the ball to the 25.
The Charger drive about to get going. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. 23 yards on the play.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half. I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
On 1st and 10, Herbert. And a throw right sideline is complete. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
And his kick here is good. And that will do it for this first half. That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. The Chargers going to get the football first here in this second half, and they trail as we get back underway. He will return this from deep in the end zone, and he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. The Charger drive about to get going. Well, the first half, they struggled a little bit to keep pace offensively, CD, down 2 scores here. So how do they make some changes coming out of the locker room? And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. 28 yards the gain there on the catch and run.
Important to tackle well against these guys, but you and I both know that's easier said than done when the guy you're trying to tackle looks like this guy.
And it's usually going to take more than one man to get him down, and it did right there. Running on first down, Eckler. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And great blocking downfield as he's got this almost to the 35-yard line. 72 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night. That's out wide for Palmer. It'll be a gain of just a yard, and that'll bring up second down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
They work now on 2nd and 9. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. He'll get this out wide to Eckler. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. That one a gain of 20 and a first down.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Herbert. And this will be caught in the end zone for a Chargers touchdown. Josh Palmer with his second touchdown of the night. And the Chargers have cut it back within a score.
I know Paul Revere talked about by land or by sea, right? You know, 1 by land, 2 by sea. He didn't mention air because right now we're seeing a big-time performance, aren't we? That's 2 touchdowns so far in this game.
Where'd you pull that one from?
And, you know, every now and then I actually listened in history class.
And you're just a scholar all the way around. You're reading all the time. I like that you fit that into the podcast.
You know, I just grab a nugget when I can.
And he will get into the end zone to cut the lead down to a single point. The kick unit on here for the Chargers as they will send this one away.
Claybrooks going to bring this one out. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And maybe some renewed pressure on this unit following the touchdown a moment ago. It's back to a one-score game.
And because of that pressure, because it's now a one-score game, they know this is where you need to slow the momentum change, because otherwise that could overrun your team. You got to be careful right here.
Now 2nd and 9.
Here's Wilson. Chargers able to get the pressure and bring him down.
Dropped for a loss of 7 by multiple defenders. This defense coming out after the half, and if that plays any indicator, Charles, maybe a little refreshed and refocused here for quarters 3 and 4.
Yeah, they did really well on that one. That's exactly what they need to keep doing if they want to change their fortunes in this game.
Oh, the turnover fest continues. Here's another interception. Picked off by Asante Samuel Jr.
And he brings this one back. It's a pick six and a Charger TD.
So this whole game gets flipped on its ear right there. The interception, return for a touchdown, and this lead changes hands here in the third quarter.
And it certainly felt like this defense had a read on what was going on the offensive side of the ball and said, let's cut down our coverage a little bit. Let's be in a position to make a play on the ball. And, boy, that sure turned out well for them.
Extra point up and good by Dicker.
And that will make this a 4-point game. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And not the first time that they're coming back out off of a turnover, but the last one really hurt, Charles, with that pick six.
And it feels like the whole team's infected right now, doesn't it? It's not just been one person. It's kind of been a group effort where the mistakes have happened. Can they put that aside, kind of start over, and put together a nice drive?
On 2nd down, here's Wilson. Can't get away, and he's taken down.
Multiple defenders getting home there for a loss of 11.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
Oh, this will be incomplete. The rush gets home just as he was letting that go. That could have been worse. Instead, it's 4th down.
Here's the Jets punter now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Davis now to return it. 44-yard punt, return of 9. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Charger drive about to get going.
A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
Well, partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due, because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
And because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football. Eckler going to get it again on 2nd down.
Powers by at the 40. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40.
88 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. It's Eckler again. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
All that gets him is just a yard, and now it's 3rd down.
Partner, just a second earlier, and they might have had him because they certainly thought they were going to close in and drop him behind the line of scrimmage, but he had just enough time to dodge the pressure, and he ends up getting yardage before being stopped.
From the gun, Herbert on 3rd down.
Pass taken in by his big tight end.
And all the way in for a Charger touchdown. A great play there. 32 yards.
And the Chargers get another 3rd quarter touchdown to add on to that lead. Dicker now to tack on the extra point.
And that one pushes the lead up to 11. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. They had that lead, looked pretty comfortable in the first half, maybe got a little bit overconfident because that's gone now.
Almost takes us back.
He's got a man, complete. Touchdown.
Garrett Wilson, 75 yards. And the Jets are able to get a score back in the final stages of this 3rd quarter.
He's tough to contain as it is, but in man coverage with a pretty deep pass downfield, really tough to contain.
And it's so difficult because every play you've got to consider he might try and run past you. So your goal as a defensive back is to give him plenty of cushion, meaning lots of space between you and him. If he wants to catch the short stuff, come up and secure the tackle, hit him a bunch during the game, and try and keep him in front. But if you turn your head for a second, if your concentration wanes,
bye-bye,
he just takes off and goes. And I think that's what we just saw there.
The Charger drive about to get going.
This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown. Their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute.
Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. Eckler now between the tackles. Not much there. Maybe a couple up to the 35.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. They're looking at 3rd and a few inches. They'll try to pick up the first with Eckler. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk at a 45. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Charger first down.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
Now a 2nd and 10. A play fake, and now Herbert to throw. And his throw is going to be incomplete.
Anytime a ball's thrown in the middle of the field and it's popped up in the air, I expect someone to catch. Doesn't matter whether it's offense or defense, because there's usually a great amount of bodies in that part of the field. In this case, no one came up with it.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. In motion left goes Allen. Here's Herbert. Throwing the out route, and he's got Eckler. And he gets this to the 48, but no further. Well short of the line to gain. 3 yards, all they could muster there, and it'll bring up 4th down. Here's J.K. Scott now as he's on to punt for L.A. And this one will wind up being down just outside of that 20-yard line. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. Their defense accomplished step 1 of the mission. They forced the punt. Now they'll look to erase that deficit and take a 4th quarter lead. And they'll get to him quickly here as he'll get a yard, just a yard to the 22.
That felt like a trap, because it looked to me like the opposing front was on that play from the get-go. They had everyone crashing the ball carrier before he even made the line, and they hold him to just a yard.
Now Wilson. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave them trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Now Wilson. And the Chargers rush is going to get there. Down he goes. It'll go in the books as a sack and a loss of a yard. But more importantly, it leads to 4th down. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. 42 yards on the punt, just 2 on the return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The Charger drive about to get going. They're holding on right now to that slim advantage in a 1-score game. And you hear a lot about 2-minute offense and 4-minute offense. Obviously, the 4-minute offense applies here. How do they run that effectively?
Yeah, really what the 4-minute offense is you're just trying to grind the clock. So you want consistent gains, steady gains. Doesn't have to be big plays, but it has to be plays that gets 1st downs and keeps the ball away from your opponent.
But certainly throwing the ball is in the mix here.
It certainly is. Just make sure that you're careful with it. And again, get those 1st downs, keep possession of the football.
And that's going to be good for a Chargers 1st down. As good running gets them to about the 44. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the 4th quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
On 2nd down, Eckler.
And a pretty good burst right there as he'll take this down to the 33.
14 yards is the pickup there and a Charger first down.
It carries like that. That's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's click.
Touchdown!
Josh Palmer,
his third touchdown of the game and fifth on the year.
And the Chargers add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week. Extra point up and good by Dicker.
And it gives his guys a 12-point advantage. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. Yeah, the script really is flipped for them. The momentum on the other sideline, and now they have to try and battle back from a 2-score deficit.
This is caught inside the 15. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. Throwing is Wilson. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
That was a touchdown if he could have hung on. Instead, it was a well-timed collision to jar that one free.
Here now, 2nd and 10 from the 13.
Wilson. Eluding the pressure right.
The flag comes in. It's incomplete. And I'm not sure he was still behind the line when he let that one go. He broke that line of scrimmage and then let it fly, and that's an automatic flag.
Yeah, and you don't just lose the 5 yards there, but you lose a down as well. So he obviously needs to have better awareness about what he's going to do. Either tuck it and go or throw it to a target and get that pass away.
Third and long. It's Wilson. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Give them credit for excellent coverage, tight coverage. They're doing a lot of things that we talked about in basketball. They're causing disruptions in the passing game. And as long as that continues, it'll be tough for them to gain any momentum throwing the ball downfield.
Gotta avoid the flags defensively. Here's 4th and long.
Smith, the man in motion left. Here we go. It's Wilson on 4th down.
Able to find the open man. That's complete.
Touchdown, Jets.
Shi Smith.
His first touchdown on the year.
And the Jets have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th.
The extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off.
And he'll elect not to run with it. The fair catch will move this out to the 25-yard line. The Charger drive about to get going. And with that last touchdown, I mean, we're set up for a good finish here. Some things to consider, Charles. Obviously, it's a very close game. You're in the 4th quarter. Defensively, they've got all 3 timeouts in their back pocket.
So the chess match really ramps up, doesn't it? Because in these situations, What do? Do you run the ball and kill the clock here? Or do you try and bury them with another score? And how about defensively? Do you use your timeout to roll those opportunities? Or wait till you hit the 2-minute warning? So there's a lot going into this one. Let's see how each side goes about their strategy.
Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Up the middle with Eckler. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42. And whistles, and we're going to have another stoppage of play as they call the timeout on defense with 1:53 left. Now 2nd and 5. He's going to get it again. Just looking to get forward and protect the ball.
And this is an absolutely big 3rd down that's been set up here, partner, and there's no other way to put it. The defense has to get a stop here if they have any hopes of winning this game.
Has to. You said big 3rd down. I'd put the word big in capital letters here. The handoff, it's Eckler. Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. The Jets going to go ahead and use their final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Here's J.K. Scott now as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight.
How about this? They'll change it at the line.
Wow, a personal foul at this stage in the 4th. Hard to believe.
Really hard to believe, and now that glow of hope that you had begins to flicker out, doesn't it?
Yep. Now it's 1st and 10 after a costly penalty there on 4th down. On the give, this is Eckler, and he maneuvers up the middle for 3, and it's 2nd down.
I like it. I like the call. Still an opportunity to run the football and chew up a little more time off the clock.
Have to imagine this will be on the ground as well as they come up 2nd and 7. Going on the ground with Eckler. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. And now the question everyone's wondering, look at the clock, late 4th quarter. Do they put the ball in the air here on 3rd?
I don't. I run the football, and I tell my offensive line, no leakage up front. I don't want my running back hit as I hand the ball off to him. I don't want any type of an issue. But if I am going to throw it, quick throw, out to the perimeter, maybe one of my best receivers running a quick slant or something like that.
And he will have a charge at 1st down, and that should be the one that gets him to the finish line.
They'll run here with Eckler. And he'll keep it moving down to the 15-yard line. The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? You just give your superstar the ball, continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence in playing the game as well. If it's not there, don't force the run. Just make sure you hang on to the football and keep the clock ticking.
Well, somebody lit a fire under that offense during the break, Charles. Remember, they trailed at intermission. They come out, they have the big 2nd half, and that lifts them to the victory.
And Brandon, trailing at halftime, we always talk about teams making